Alright, Johnny, I wasn't really trying to impersonate you or anything like that. I really wasn't. And if I came off and offended you a little, for that I do apologize. You know, I want to say, hey, I think that's great. You work in the prosthetics department, you're helping people out and all that. And I understand that, you know, you see the horrors of war. You see these guys coming back. You know, I've got all my fingers and toes. Luckily, you know, I mean, for sure. I mean, I've got friends that don't, you know. But anyways, what I want to say, though, is, you know, you see these things and all that, and you're like, well, you're just as responsible as everyone else. And I agree with you 100%. As a service member, as a military member, if bad things are going down, you are just as responsible as the person that gave you orders. We follow lawful orders. We're supposed to. Okay. Now, like, all right, taking for example that Abu Ghraib crap, you know, and they're like, oh, well, I was just following orders. Well, you kind of see what outlanded them. They got in jail. All right, I don't know if, like, they got, you know, got swept under the rug or whatever. But my point is that's no excuse. We're not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to just follow orders blindly. We're supposed to question authority. It's part of the job description. It really is. I know you may have a hard time believing that. You think, like, we go to basic training and they just beat the living crap out of us for whatever, you know, Full Metal Jacket style or whatever, and I'm going to tell you, it's not like that at all. Actually, in basic training, they instill in us that, hey, you have a job to do, you have to be disciplined to do it, but you know what? If something doesn't feel right, if you're being told to do something that goes against your personal morals, against what you feel is right, you need to speak up. You need to, there's a chain of command. And you need to find the right person in the chain of command that's going to help you. I mean, like, you know, you go to your E6 or E7, and if they're not giving you the answers that you want, if something's going down that's not right, then you go up higher. And if you have to, you go to your congressman, you go to somebody. You know, you don't just follow orders blindly. You're not supposed to do that. And if people are doing that, you know, which it does happen, I'm not going to say it doesn't. You know, not as much as you may think, but it does happen. Then they're wrong. Okay, flat out, and they need to be held accountable. Now, as far as the whole war itself goes, you know, we could get into the reasoning why we're there. You know, I've told you about the nuclear weapons in Pakistan. We're trying to stabilize that region. Okay, you told me about, well, you know, the minerals and the resources and things like that, and I'm not going to dispute that that is probably, you know, a factor. You know, maybe, possibly, I don't know, 100%, to be honest with you. I'm sure if it's there and they know about it, I'm sure it is a factor for the politicians. Okay? But, you know, like, I'm not really going to get into that. Because to be honest with you, as far as the politics go of everything and, you know, and all that, on YouTube it's kind of a moot point. I mean, really, this is where, you know, kids come to talk about who's better, Spider-Man or Batman. You know, if you want to have conversations about the war and about politics and about things like that, you know, on here, hey, I'm 100% for that, man. Seriously, you know, I'll sit here and talk to you until I'm blue in the face about things. And I think that we should be respectful of one another in that. You know, I respect, you know, that you question authority and that you have a voice. And hey, I respect the hell out of that. But here's what I'm asking, Johnny. I mean, seriously, you know, don't call veterans sheep or losers or welfare cases or anything like that. You know, and I'm not just saying that, hey, oh, please, boo-hoo-hoo, I'm trying to get you to stop doing it. Like I've always said, it's your place to say that if you feel like you want to say that. Go for it. But what I am saying, though, is if you want people to take you, you know, a little bit more serious and a little bit more respectful, you know, don't. It's not, it's whatever. I mean, you want to do it to me or whatever, I'm not really going to judge you. I really could care less. You could call me whatever name in the book you want. As long as you keep making good points and keep asking questions, I'm going to do my best to answer them. And I'm going to do my best to conversate with you. Because like I said, you know, I feel that you've got a lot of good points. You do. I mean, once you get past, you know, this whole mean demeanor that you got going on, you know, you made some really good points and stuff. And I respect that. But anyways, you know, like I was saying, though, I mean, I could have gone to Area 51 and saw some stuff, and it could be like this huge conspiracy that's going to, like, destroy the whole world. I mean, like, we're talking like that movie, you know, 2012 or whatever, and they're building ships and they're going to, you know, destroy everything. And I come on the internet, like, who cares, you know, like YouTube, like I said, it's, who cares. But if I bring up a valid point, I go, hey, all you losers, you know, I got something to tell you. People are just going to walk away, no matter what I say. You need to kind of take that into consideration. You know, if you, I don't know if you do that because you like the rise it gets or whatever. But I'm just, I'm not trying to give you advice. I know you're just going to retaliate and come back at me like, oh, well, what do you know? Whatever. But, like I said, dude, you got a degree. You work in the prosthetics department. I mean, you're obviously not dumb, okay? Despite what people may say. I'm not, like, jumping on the, hey, Johnny's awesome bandwagon either, but just saying, think about it. I mean, just taking a whole group of people and calling us welfare cases and saying that we're worthless and that our women are whores and that our children are just worthless bastards and all that. People don't respect that. Like I said, me personally, I could care less. But whatever. At any rate, good talking to you.